If you're not 18 years old, don't watch this video. I repeat, if you're not 18, do not watch this video.
Hello everybody, my name is Nisin Lopez and I am a Cuban-American artist living in Miami, Florida. Today I'm here to speak about a secret program of the US government that is designed to destroy the life of those who have been designated as enemies of the state. I'm talking here about organized stalking. Some people know this as covert harassment or as community-based mobbing. It is pretty much a secret, illegal, long-term, unconstitutional surveillance program that causes irreversible psychological damage, a takedown program. The main power behind the targeted individual program is the FBI. Now, the isolated target is constantly harassed in an organized fashion by civilians that are recruited by law enforcement. These guys, they are enlisted through community groups such as the InfraGard, Citizen Corps, and Neighborhood Watch. These people are perpetrators, domestic terrorists shielded from legal culpability. Most of the folks participating in this vigilante operation are bottom feeders. By that I mean drug addicts, thugs, ex-convicts, the homeless, people with disabilities, etc. These mindless automatons, because that's what they are, they are known as citizens on patrol or as surveillance role players. These people are told that the target is a criminal or a threat to society, a terrorist, a rapist, a child molester, a wife beater, a serial killer, etc. We're talking here about defamation, character assassination. These people are sold a false narrative. The so-called authorities, they define themselves as threat assessment team. They want people to hate the target with passion. The more, people despise the target, the more they're gonna mess with the target. So what we have here is pretty much the military using the civilian sector as irregular forces. The perpetrators of these hideous crimes, the citizens on patrol, these people use all kinds of unethical means in order to harass, agitate, intimidate, preoccupy, incite, provoke, and torment the isolated target. We're talking here about street theater, swarming, space crowding, mimicking, noise campaigns, and of course, entrapment. The targeted individual is exposed to rude behavior all the time, 24/7, non-stop, everywhere he goes. We're basically talking here about bullying on steroids. The victim is constantly exposed to negative environmental stimuli and dark neurolinguistic programming. The target is kept in a state of anxiety and hypervigilance, always alert, always guessing what will happen next. This unjust, systematic, methodical abuse is meant to cause a nervous breakdown. After years of accumulated stress, the targeted individual is going to end up in a psychiatric institution, isolated, discredited, demonized, with no support system, labeled as a delusional paranoid schizophrenic. Of course, his credibility out of the window automatically. Some targeted individuals, commit suicide. So basically, a targeted individual, is a person that has been blacklisted from society. Every aspect of his life is turned upside down. This is, pretty much a slow kill program, extrajudicial punishment, government retaliation, no touch torture. We're talking here about a perfected breakdown tactic on the human will. On one hand, they blast the target's psyche by harassing the hell out of him everywhere he goes, day after day, week after week, month after month, year after year. Once the target is institutionalized, he's going to be medicated with psychiatric drugs that have serious side effects, such as severe insomnia, erectile dysfunction, and maybe even suicidal thoughts. The so-called doctors, the psychiatrists and the psychologists, these people are in bed with law enforcement. They're not going to risk their career for a person that has been labeled as subversive. Keep in mind that the doctors, they are part of the establishment. And also, very important, in America, a person that has been diagnosed as a paranoid schizophrenic cannot acquire a gun, at least legally. Then, as if this is not enough, the government uses classified mind control technology in order to modify the target against his will. We're talking here about secret military weaponry that is based on the biofrequency of the human test subject, the targeted individual. We're talking here about transcranial stimulation, synthetic telepathy, remote neural influencing. Now, the target's DNA molecule operates as an email address, so to speak. This enables the handlers to insert thoughts, phrases, words, images, impulses, and dream videos into the psyche of the targeted individual. The idea is to make the targeted individual believe that those are his real thoughts when they are not. We're talking here about total manipulation. All the psychological data of the targeted individual is downloaded into a supercomputer that is able to predict behavior based on past choices. We're talking here about artificial intelligence, basically. So it all comes down to this, non-consensual, non-therapeutic human experimentation, black magic at the governmental level, pretty much. Once a person is placed in this diabolical program, there's no way out. As an unwilling participant of this program, you got four choices, pretty much. Number one, psychiatry. Number two, to end up in jail. Number three, to die of a terminal illness, cancer, brain tumor, something like that. And number four, suicide, something I don't recommend. So once you end up as a targeted individual, there's no way out. Forget about corporate mainstream media. Nobody's gonna listen. This is why so many targeted individuals out there end up, taking their own lives.